Gentrification is the process of changing a neighborhood, of tearing down the old and bringing in the new. And in the process, what happens is it displaces people. It forces people who have lived in these homes for many, many, many years to lose their homes because tax values go up. That's what you see out here. Tax values go up. And then people who are used to living close to these people are forced out. If you are born into poverty, you're not getting out of poverty. So clearly, gentrification is having a huge effect on the ability of people to go further in their lives. Racism abounds. We know that. It continues. And it when it's affecting people who aren't white, people don't seem to care as much. That's the problem. And we're seeing it everywhere. It's awful. It's affecting the people who've lived here for generations, those who were displaced when Brooklyn was taken away. So you see all these people now who have no place to live, or who are desperately trying to find other places to go and can't afford them because the housing costs here are outrageous. You've got 40 to 60 people moving to Charlotte every day. And people coming from the north, for example, they sell their 2-bedroom little condo and they're making probably $1 million, which is going to go so much further down here than it goes up there. So they're buying up all these properties, they're buying up all this land, and then you've got the developers coming in who really don't care one bit about the people who live there. And so people have no place to go. So, the houses right here, at least they're expensive, they've been rebuilt, but at least they fit in with the nature of the neighborhood. But there's that one down there at the end, which you can't really see from here, but I'm calling them boxtrosities because they're huge boxes and they don't fit in with the nature of the neighborhood. So there's one there, and if you come up 5th Street, they're building 2 over there. So, this is clearly gentrified. Obviously, this is an older house. This is clearly gentrified. I want to make those who don't understand gentrification know the human impact of it. We want to see economic development, but not at the cost of people's homes and their futures and their families. And it seems like we often forget about the human factor. Unless we help people understand that there are ways to go about educating others, using art, for example, you're not going to get the change. You got to change people's hearts and minds. And you got to change the people who are living in the neighborhoods and want to stay. And you have to change the minds of the developers. And you have to change the minds of the people who are moving into these neighborhoods. We got to get a lot of people involved. We got to wake people up. You got to maintain that history. And you have to bring everybody together too, because this is something that's going on everywhere. You've got people at UNCC, you've got people at Queens, you've got people here, you've got people in the community, all doing the same kinds of work. But nobody's bringing everybody together. And that's something else we really have to do. We have to get everybody together, working together, taking all these stories and trying to make a difference.